Oh, yo, guys. 40 seconds left in the intro. Come on, let's bring it on. I don't know, Eggy. I don't know if you can sleep with this podcast on, but we gotta watch out. We're gonna come in for the drop. Hello, people. Hello, beautiful people. How are you doing, Japan fam? I feel like it's been a long time no see, but we are back with the Lito Bunch, special edition, episode 8. Let's get our matcha and vanilla on in this one. Guys, we got an awesome lineup for you today. Let me give you a little preview. We're going to be meeting the creative team, the director, the writer, the promoter. He has so many hats. We're going to bring him on a little bit later, of the indie film Matcha and Vanilla. And we're also got some other people in the team responsible for the music. So I know you guys love some music. We're going to be watching some music videos and listening to some awesome music while we're playing Gartic Phone at the end of this stream. So guys, you know, get excited. This is going to be an awesome multimedia, super experience here. Let me go to the chat. Yo, we got Ken Davis doing the pew 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 pew. We got even 4 pews. Let's see if we can give him some air horns. Air horns are welcome. The pew pew pews are welcome. Yes. We got Ravisha going. He's 30. Is it your birthday? Are you doing the 30 disco? What's going up there? But welcome, Ravisha. Hello, Eggy, my man. Last time I saw you was on Luke's stream, I think, or somewhere in Tokyo. Lito's gonna make sure I won't fall asleep. That is true. We're not gonna make you go to sleep on our watch. Feng is saying, thank you, awesome music video. Yeah, guys, that was my 1 year kind of B-roll stuff slapped together for the 1 year YouTube stuff. And a lot of people were saying, nice drone footage. Yeah, that's an interesting topic because actually my first guest saw my drone footage way back when I wasn't even doing YouTube. And he's like, hey, that's some pretty nice footage there. How much would you part with? How much would it cost to get some of that footage? And I was like, what? You want to buy my footage? Are you serious? What's going on? And then he helped me get into like maybe putting that on stock images, stock video sites. And so I'm forever grateful. And you don't know how much that means to a creator when they say like, so how much are you going to charge for that? Basically, it's like, really? You really think it's that valuable? Thank you so much, guys. I want to welcome a few more people here before we bring in our star guests. Speaking of star guests, Starjan is here saying hello to the crew. We got Daniel Carhoonen, of course, Eggy, we're not going to fall asleep. Arch Phillips in the house. My boy, JJ Broski. How you doing? All the way coming in from Scotland. The man, he's saying, need to slap that on a t-shirt for Lito. Yes, we are all about the cool marketing and phrases. JJ is the man to help me out with all the merch and stuff. That is so cool. Who else we got here? We got DX in the house coming in with the pew pew pews. Hello, this is DX. How are you doing? People giving love for the samosa. I think the guys in the guests tonight don't know where that reference is coming from. Maybe it'll come out a little bit later. That's a little bit of an Uncle Roger thing that we do here, right? And we got Cosmin in the house, Feng in the house, Philippe G in the house. Who else we got in the house? Ravisha already. Johnny Kimchi all the way coming from Kansai. Hey JK, nice to see you. And Ken Davis is here. Clear Echo. I love that name. Clear Echo. What does a clear echo sound like? I guess it sounds like it's spelt, I guess, or says. It's a clear echo. Echo. Does it ever die? Me Dibbles in the house. Nice. And I think we got most of the people. Thank you guys for coming in, and I want to really just kind of get to the heart of it. We got a lot of interesting, amazing stuff to go over. But guys, I'm so honored and pleasured to introduce the panel of superstars here tonight. We've got the people involved with Matcha and Vanilla. Let me bring them on just right now. Here we go, guys. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Party screen. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, everyone.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, let me do this type of introduction. Hopefully, I got it right. No, I thought it was mirrored, but I guess I'm not. Okay, to my left here, guys. If that's right, is my left, my right? I'm not sure. To this side, we've got Hamish Downie. Hi, Hamish.
Hello, thank you for having me on, and thank you for coming on my podcast all those months ago or years ago, whenever it was.
Yes, yes, yes. Go ahead and give us a little self introduction about what you do, and the podcast that you invited me on a little while ago.
Sure. So I'm Hamish. I'm I guess, a LGBT filmmaker from Australia, and I've mostly made short films. Probably most famously, the one that came to Cannes is An American Piano.
Ooh,
Went to Cannes and the Toronto International Film Festival for that one. But recently, I got to release my debut feature film, which is Matcha Vanilla, which everyone here is a part of in some shape or form. Uh,
yes.
so
Awesome, awesome. What a great introduction. And it is an honor to like have you guys on. Actually I knew Hamish from our we're former coworkers
that's
together.
right.
And it's interesting because like the job's okay, it's kind of interesting,
Mm.
but the people you meet there are super,
Mm.
super creative. Like I'm so and lucky to meet them. And then the community, the creative community, the artists, the talented, people in photography and video and music in the Kansai scene is really vibrant, I feel, and really
Mm.
tight knit. So like, you see same people in the same circles and everybody's doing some really interesting things here. So Hamish, before we move on, I want to make sure that everybody can find out where to find your video. So I just dropped the link. It says this is the only link to watch the movie. So you can go to gagaulala.com and you have to they have some free movies, but yours is under the paywall. It's only $7 a month US.
That's right.
And I think that's amazing. You don't just get access to your movie, but a whole bunch of other LGBT related movies there. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. So lots of BL and GL and such web series, which is there, very very popular. And of course, my short film and my feature film is also on Gaga Ooh La La. Um,
Nice. Awesome, awesome. Well, I hope these guys can check it. You guys will be getting a little bit more tidbits. Obviously, we can't show you the whole film, but we'll give you a little bit of tidbits here and there with movies, little trailers, and music, of course. All right, so thank you, Hamish. We'll come back to you in a sec. I'd like to introduce my next guest here, the Dr. D, the Geminiac. Who are you over here? Who's that guy down there with the cool headphones in the sheet?
Okay, I'm whatever you want me to be, man. I'm whatever you want me to be. I'm the chameleon.
Ooh, the chameleon. Nice. You adjust to everybody. So we got Deron Reynolds here,
Hey,
music mastermind extraordinaire. Deron, can
yes,
you tell
I
us
guess
a
so.
little bit about all the little things you do?
Okay, well, I do a lot of different things, but mainly I'm a music producer. I've worked on a few different films before this, scoring films. But when Hamish asked me to do this, I was really excited for the chance. At first, we were talking about just doing a few original songs, but it ended up, largely because of the pandemic, being like a whole large soundtrack, like a real 80s style, like 13, 14 track, like cool soundtrack. And I got the score for the film. So it was a great, exciting chance. I was also responsible in the film for doing almost all the mixing and making the final stereo mix. So that includes an awful lot of work. That's Foley, which, if you don't know, is like, making step sounds or like sounds with your hands or sounds like a horse like this, or
Yeah.
like lots of different sounds like that have to sound natural in the mix. That can be a lot of work. And there's also atmosphere, which means just like sound, like air sound or things like that. And there's some scenes that have zero atmosphere. And so it was a lot of work mixing everything together, but really rewarding. And I think we made a fantastic film. I was very happy to be a part of this project. I am also a music teacher, an instructor around town. I teach children a lot, but I don't limit myself to kids. I teach all ages, and I can teach piano, can teach ukulele, and guitar, which I'm slowly getting better at. And I also specialize in teaching Japanese people how to sing in English better.
Awesome.
That's a skill I did in a music label, Giza Music, which is here in Osaka. I worked professionally at a studio here in Japan for 3 years. And it's a big label. Check it out. But like the big star I worked with was Rina Ayuchi Rina, and Kuraki Mai K.
Kuraki Mai, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been here a while, you know those people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, but it's a pretty long time ago. I think only Mai-chan, I think she's the only one that's really left actually singing and performing anymore. Not, it was about 20 years ago already when I was working there at the label. But after that, I built my own label, released my own music, and I started doing film. And I have my own music label, and I'm releasing a new album. We're going to talk about it some today, in July 31st. I'm really excited about it. I think it's really good, original, progressive rock music. And I know you think progressive rock, that's not new or original. Well, I hope that we can change your mind tonight.
Awesome. What a great intro, Deron. Sorry to cut you off, but you know what? The chat is on fire, and I gotta pull up some stuff directed at you, my man. Okay, so this is DX is saying, oh, actually, Johnny Kimchi's saying, they just pulled up the chat. I was gonna pull this up too. Let's do Johnny Kimchi's first. He's like, I know this guy.
Me?
Yeah, I worked with him. LOL. Yeah, Johnny Kimchi. John, he's
Kimchi. Okay. I think I remember you, man. Like, it's been a while. Yeah.
Korean American here in Kansai. He also does YouTube as well. So
of course. Yeah. Okay. I think I know. It's been a while. Thanks. I'm glad you remember me. I'm so sorry. I'm bad with faces and names sometimes. So like but thank you.
No worries. I'm the same, like I'm really good with faces, bad with names. But the fact that, Johnny Kimchi's saying, I know this guy, this is Kansai. Like, you still run into people. Like, it's a big city, but still kind of small when it's compared to Tokyo and stuff, Now, DX has an interesting question. One question, did you consciously create, is this right, leitmotifs for individual characters or situations? So motifs for different characters and situations. What do you think there, Deron?
Okay, you're talking music motifs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, kind of. Like, basically, we had two main songs we knew we were going to put in the film at first. And one song is called Unite, and the other song is just called Loved. So Loved is the love theme. So when there's those types of moments, I would play that theme. And there's lots of versions of it through the film. Sometimes you don't even realize it's that song. And Unite also was like really the main theme of the film, because it was about staying united, or persevering kind of, and how it's hard to unite sometimes, and like there's a lot of themes there that worked well with the film. And I remember, like, right from the beginning, Hamish really liked that song, so I was like, and it's got a piano riff in it already naturally, so like
nice.
It became the two motifs. Basically, those are the two main motifs. But no, the rest of it is all literally me watching the film and playing it as I see it. So it was all like improvised on the spot.
That's great, Deron. Thank you for that really in-depth answer, and really good question, DX. Like I said to you guys before during the tech check, there are a lot of people who are musically inclined, very into music here, whether they're listening or making their own. Okay, so I'll tell you this. One of our really good friends, Nomadic Gaijin, his name is Luke. He's a live streamer and YouTuber in the Tokyo area. For his birthday, they made him a YouTube channel theme song. Like they like the community came together. Like Eggy is the singer and one of the composers. This is DX came up with like the video ideas, like the music video. This is amazing. They're connecting with so many cool people from around the world who are into music or creatively making music together. This is great, guys. Thank you so much for all of your things. There's one more thing, and maybe I'll save this one question after we introduce Matt, because then I think the musicians and even Hamish, you can respond to that. So thank you so much, Deron. What a great intro, and thank you guys for all your interaction. Excellent.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Glad to be here.
Great. Glad to have you. Last but not least, in this corner we have Matt from my old kind of hood there, Yodogawaku, Shinosaka. If you hear sirens and stuff, it's because it's his windows open or something like that. Matt, how are you doing, my friend? And long time no see. Can you tell us a little bit about you and how you're doing?
Good. Thank you very much for having me on, Lito. Well, for the benefit of everybody watching, Lito and I go back a long way. Pretty much since the day I arrived in Osaka, we met, didn't we, Lito? So it was destiny, I think. And what happened was, well, my background is in music, and I started to play guitar when I was very young, probably about 12 or 13, but my passion always has been in songwriting more than in any kind of technical ability. And so over the years, playing in various bands. And then I thought, well, if I move to Japan, I'm never going to make another band again. And I was always in bands that ended up being very serious. So I sort of gave it up for a while. And then when I met Lito, I thought, oh, I think we can make this happen again. So then Lito and I started working on some material. I was the principal songwriter and Lito would help. And then we put a band together. And the band was called Sentinels.
Yes.
And we played everywhere, didn't we, Lito? We went all over Osaka in all of the dingy venues underground. Some of them were...
Matt is freezing up a bit here. Hold on a second, Matt.
Oh, am I back?
Oh, okay. You are back. You're back. Okay, so you gave us.
I'm back.
Good. That's good. That's good. I thought we'd have to cover for you, but you're here. You're here.
Here I am.
Yeah, that's a very Johnny Kimchi thing. You were saying we're on the grungy live houses in Osaka.
The toilet circuit is what
The
we call it.
toilet circuit. You know, by the way,
we played a long time in the toilet circuit around Osaka, didn't we? What, about 5 years or something?
Yeah, right.
And then one fateful day, we had a record label come up to us, and it was a dream. Have you got a record deal? We said no. And do you want to put a record out? So it was a fantastic opportunity. It was a tiny little label based in Kobe, called Home Recording is Killing Music. So fantastic little label. Very it was a statement of intent, really, wasn't it? I mean, this is like about, how long ago was it? It was over 10 years ago now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a while ago.
Yeah, and then so finally we put out, we had a couple of records out, but the main one came. The first one was a self-release, and we had, we did have a label called Flake Records get quite interested in us, but they never signed us, they just promoted our music. But the actual label that signed us was in Kobe. And then they put out the main record, and that was called Pop Psychology. And then one of those songs, it's called Breathe In, Breathe Out, it somehow came to the attention of Hamish. Maybe Hamish will fill us in on those details, but I'm not quite sure how he heard the record itself and why he homed in on that particular track. But it ended up being used in the film Matcha and Vanilla, which we were just thrilled about. And it's a little segment in it that really fits the ambience of the film for that particular moment. So it was a great honour for it to be used. So thank you, Hamish.
Thank you for allowing us to use it. It's a beautiful song.
Pleasure. So yes, great.
I'm glad to hear you liked where it was put into, because that was difficult to figure out, actually.
That was your doing, Deron.
Yes. Well, you know. Well, yeah. Well,
he's being modest. We have very modest people. Hamish, maybe you can tell us, how did you come to choose that particular track, and how did you come across the record? I don't know.
Yeah, that's. I think the genesis of that is just, I was very inspired by Felicity, who I made her film. I was kind of a supervising producer on her film Impossible to Imagine, and she used a lot of local artists, and I got inspired to do that the same. And I remember, I think Matt, I think we'd gone out somewhere, and we were on the train, and you were talking about how you used to be a musician. And I was like, oh, I'd like to hear that. And then you you gave me a copy of the record. You know, I kind of thought, well, maybe I'd pay for it, but you just said, here you go. And then I listened to it quite seriously with the intent of like, oh, well, I'd like to use one of these songs just because, I know you, and I like you. So I thought, well, what could I use? And Breathe In, Breathe Out really stood out because, as you said at the time, it's very cinematic, and it definitely, as the the character Yuki in the film has a form of lung cancer, so breathing is quite an important part of
I
the film,
see.
and so
I see.
it just fit really well. Actually, in my mind, it was going to be placed in a different spot in the film, but Deron had
Deron
other
had his wicked
ideas.
way.
So,
Hey, I mean, he did okay where I put it in the end.
oh, exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Guys,
It's,
before I go back to the chat, because there's a few more comments I want to get to you guys. And Matt, what a great wrap, like a summary of our history together and our journey with Sentinels. I do remember fondly when we went to Tokyo that one time. We did a tour in Tokyo, and we played at this one kind of underground bar or underground live house in Shimokitazawa. And I remember that fondly because I did a photo shoot with us. I brought the flash and everything. And another one of our friends who does live streaming in Tokyo was in Shimokitazawa. And I remember that area so well. I was like, oh, turn right. That's the live house we used to play, we played at. And he's like, oh, Lito, yeah, I know you do music. Oh, you probably played around here, blah, blah, blah. But it's funny because I was in Shinsaibashi today with an old friend of ours, Jay Eisen, who's another fellow former coworker and musician. And
I know Jay.
yeah, we were just walking around and we are like, oh, remember the pizza place? Remember that live house? And when we thought about the live house, like, yeah, that place used to be a live house. But it's kind of bittersweet to think of all of these live venues that had to close down over the pandemic. And I really hope that the ones that do survive keep going, and that live music. Deron, I know you're out there playing gigs as well. There's Fire Cafe. I passed by today. I know you play there sometimes. I want to drop in and like do a session with you. But the idea of seeing live music, not saying anything about pre-recorded music or music in films, it's all very important, but there's a certain thing you can't duplicate even with the live stream music. I mean, it entices people to go there. It's really great promotional value. But guys, if you get out to Japan, and the Osaka music scene is so vibrant, just go out and see some live music while you're here. So that's my little shameless plug for the live music scene here. Hopefully it's still alive and thrives after everything opens up. So the two
and
things
Lito, you have an absolutely beautiful voice. Like,
thank you.
I remember going to one of your gigs where I think you did Get Lucky, the Daft Punk song, and you were like, sounded like the record. Like you sounded amazing.
He's a brilliant all-round musician, actually.
Guys, we are in the presence of greatness here. Like, seriously, everybody's so creative. Thank you so much, Hamish. I will be humble and take that compliment. But thanks. And I remember when you came there. That was really awesome. The Blarney Stone, I think it was, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can't forget because I had this patron or one of your fans hanging off me and saying, oh, I love you, I want to marry you. And I was like, just the wildness of your fans, I was just blown away by.
It was crazy, yeah. Some of the people in the chat know, like, from my little piano stints and pianos, yeah, and the little live that we did in Tokyo. They know how crazy it can get. Chika's on the side here. She's a party girl. She gets everybody up and dancing. It's a fun time. So thank you for bringing back those memories. So guys, what do you think about this? Medieval says a really interesting comment. He says, for me, I can say that for me, music is 50% and the movie follows that. And I think what I get from this is that, I mean, the music affects all types of videos so much. You watch drone footage without music and it's just bland, and you watch a movie without the music and it's totally different. I think it's so important. What's your guys' take on that?
absolutely.
Who's going
Like,
first? No? Okay.
Okay, let's let Hamish speak first.
Yeah,
I don't
go
know.
for it.
You know, I mean, it's coming as like from a music video directing background. Like, of course, I love music and just the visual and the audio together. But you know, it enhances it. Even with like you go to any performance, live performance, there's usually an orchestra pit. It's just something that we've always teamed together. For however long we've had theatre. So, I think it's an integral part of it, and music is very universal about how it touches you. You can say something with music that you probably can't say with words or with actions. That's my theory.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with all of that. I would say, for me, I have not actually made my own film yet, although I have some ideas. I'm kind of working on it at the moment. However, making music videos, I've been doing that for a long time. Started when I was in the record label, really actually being behind the scenes and seeing the work being put into it, and I was quite friendly with the audio visual team because I did narration work all the time for the label. So I got to see the guys making the music videos. Personally, I mean, not to put my old label down, but I didn't think their videos were really that great. But music videos, of course, are always something that musicians grow up watching and really caring about. But music and film, man, music and film was more important to me when I was a kid than I think anybody else. No other kids were talking about the music. I was immediately thinking of the music, like from the moment I saw Star Wars, like for example.
Mm-hmm.
And like, because honestly, I mean, and then John Williams is the man. And then I saw Superman not long after that, and I go, man, this music's great. And I didn't even learn that it was John Williams until like 4 or 5 years ago. They made the music for that film too, and E.T. And like, it goes on and on and on. I mean, he puts a super impressive stamp on those films, and you cannot watch those scenes without that music. So, I mean, orchestrally, I mean, like he's, a favorite of mine. I like Danny Elfman a lot though too, because he's an actual like rock guy. He was in Oingo Boingo, and his music was being used in films, and he did a little bit of film work, and then he got really into it, and now he's as famous as any of the rest of those guys.
He's fantastic. Yeah, I love him.
I mean, but like the point is yeah, absolutely, and that's why I've always wanted to do work like this, and now I've got my chance, and I'm running with it as much as I can.
Love it. Awesome. Okay, Matt, what's your take on this topic here?
Well, I would agree with everything that Hamish and Deron have said. Music just creates an ambience, doesn't it, for film? Also, it's interesting to think all the elements. If you think about the lyrics, for example, in a song, and how that can create a flavour, and then you add the visuals on top, then it's just going to create something exponential, isn't it? So, yeah, I would agree with everything that they've said.
I'm muted here. Very nice. Just to top that off real quick, and then we're gonna move on to the next thing. Oh, and get to a few people in the chat, because I know, Matt, you got to get going. I was at teaching at an English camp recently, and one of the activities was a paper airplane activity. And these are young kids. They're like junior high school, second year. They're like 12, 13. They've never seen Top Gun. But we started playing the Top Gun Danger Zone, like in the background, and they were pumped. They were like, yeah. They started banging their heads. Oh, yeah, we're gonna fly some planes, and they had no context whatsoever. But that music just got them pumped. I think they got the image of like, yeah, I'm gonna fly my airplane. I'm gonna go. So it was hilarious how even without the movie, they were already creating the movie in their mind almost. So that was interesting. And I was like, yeah, it's from Top Gun. You've seen it. They're like, what's Top Gun? You know? Okay. Anyways, this is Top Gun. We're doing it. Let's go.
I mean, it's such an old guy thing to say, but you know, the music from the '80s really was good. I mean, you've got Kate Bush at #1 around the world right now, so I think the kids agree, you know, that there was just something very, very special about that era, and that's partly why I wanted Deron to sort of recreate that feeling.
Right. That's what I was going to say. That's exactly what we were trying to do. Like we were trying to make like a Top Gun soundtrack, basically. Or
Yeah.
I mean, it's not at all Top Gun movie, but like I mean, the idea was there already. I kind of think Footloose a little more because there's a lot more like love songs in it, you know. Like,
Cool,
but, you know,
Sure.
and they're both Kenny Loggins in the end. So what are you know?
Yeah, amazing. Canadian content right there. Guys, my camera is overheating. That's why I'm the big imaging edge webcam W right now. We're just going to quickly go through the chat, and I think everybody is echoing what we're saying. Cosman's saying about film music, I like, and then just huge names here. Hans Zimmer, Howard Shore, Craig Armstrong, Thomas Bergman, and the list goes on. And a lot of game music composers, too. Yeah, they music and gaming, you know, that's another form of entertainment that goes hand in hand. Ken Davis is like the music from the film Interstellar is simply awesome. Yeah, people love that theme. Fang's you know, banging his head with me. Top Gun, great music. Oh my god, when I said, hey, let's watch Top Gun to my wife, you know, we watched it when we were kids, and she's like, dun 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 dun, that's that movie, like it's Take My Breath Away, you know. And she was right on that. JJ's right with the 80s was a very special decade. It was, for me, I feel like the golden age of movies, to be honest, and the new Top Gun kind of brought me back to that. Stranger Things, the TV show, is bringing me back to that. I think we're going back to the golden 80s, I feel. Yeah, people are echoing that. Yeah, and Ravisha's right. My cam needs an iced coffee. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put some iced coffee in it. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Like, seriously, don't you guys think this chat is like really into what we're talking about, and they're on the same wavelength? Thank you, chat, for being super awesome. We're gonna keep moving on because Matt's on a mission. We can talk about music, but it's like, you know, talking about dancing. You know, let's hear some music. Let's watch some music. We're gonna start off with the Sentinels track "Breathe In, Breathe Out" with the music cut to for the movie, right? Or some parts of the movie, right? So guys, I'm gonna let you know how it goes. Let me see if actually we haven't even seen the movie trailer. We should do the movie trailer to give us some context, and then we'll do Breathe In, Breathe Out. Is that okay, guys?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about skipping that.
Good.
So we're gonna go there. I'm gonna put the music volume a little bit up there. I'm the sound guy and the MC at the same time. Awesome. Here we do it. We're gonna go to the trailer in 3, 2, here we go.
じゃーん。お誕生日おめでとう。
お気の毒ですが、かなり進行していて、もう手の施しようがありません。
全身に回ってるって。他の人探してほしいの。一緒にいるよ。ユキ、家族だもん。ユキと私だけだもん。
Yay.
All right, awesome.
Bravo. Bravo.
Thank you so much. And just a note about, because we're talking about long-term friendships, The singer Lydia Wardley has been my friend since I was 7 years old.
Wow.
Oh, that's
42 now,
nice.
so it's my oldest friend right there that everyone just listened to on the song Loved
Nice.
That's
that
amazing.
Deron wrote.
That's wonderful.
Hamish,
Very special thing.
could you give us a little insight? I think people could get the feeling, but there was a little bit of dialogue in Japanese, and unfortunately, this version of the trailer didn't have the subtitles. What was going on there? What were they talking about?
Right. So basically, the movie is about two women in a long-term relationship in Japan, um, and one of them is diagnosed with a terminal illness, and so obviously because of you know, there's not really any marriage equality issues here. They have to fight in order to stay together, and so that's what the film is about: is the two of them struggling to stay together despite what's happening.
I understand now. Okay, good. I think people did get the general emotion there, but thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, that helps a
No
lot.
problem.
Yeah, and we're getting a lot of awesome responses. People are saying awesome trailer, looks powerful, beautiful, and we're getting some clapping emojis going on as well.
And
Awesome.
Johnny, yes,
Yes, Johnny,
they
that's
are
right.
lesbians.
They're lesbians. This is an LGBT, themed story. So yeah, that's what we're watching, and yeah, I mean, this is amazing, and this came out during the pandemic. So I have a real quick question before we move on to the Sentinels music video that we're gonna do. But was the post production happening during the pandemic and the filming before the pandemic? What was the timing going on there?
Yeah, so we shot first, kind of the first go around in 2018, and then we did another shoot in 2019, and then we went into post production in. So this was at like the end of 2019, and we went into post production in 2020, and so we all kind of know what happened there, and because Deron had not a lot of things to do. This is,
Right.
and he was very eager to start, and I was like, well, I haven't finished editing the film yet, so that's where we started doing these pop songs, and it morphed from being like, it intentionally was supposed to be like a piano soundtrack with maybe one or two pop songs, and then it's become a pop song soundtrack. So it definitely altered it, and having ADR, so we had him to do dubbing, which obviously a lot of films do. And so I was like we're doing now. I was on a live stream watching it being dubbed in Tokyo at a studio there, and having to give direction remotely. Like, it's just, yeah, like it just basically, when you hear like Tom Cruise having to shut down his film, and it was just a great equalizer, because at first I had previously sold the film to Gaga, and there was a part of me that was a bit like, oh, direct to streaming, I wanted to be in the cinema, but then by the time it got released, everybody, except for Christopher Nolan, but everybody had to be on streaming. So and we got released at the same time as the Matrix, Revelations, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, Matrix 4, and so there was I'm a huge fan of the Matrix films, and so there was a part of me that felt very cool. It's like, oh wow, I'm competing with the Wachowskis at the same time.
That's awesome.
So that was a nice moment.
Well, there's another Matrix reference. I don't know if Matt can say something about our band name and how that is it a Matrix reference? Is it? Because I asked you that, right? It's like, well, you came up with the name in the end, right?
Sentinels. Yeah.
Where did the name come from? Yeah, I think we had a few ideas, didn't we, that were knocking about. We even had a different band name that we went with for a while, and we did some gigs under that moniker, but we changed it. I think one of the reasons we liked it was because it had the nuance of being protected and feeling safe. So we were in this sort of cocoon of music. Because if you remember at that point when we started that project, it was just an all-consuming entity in and of itself, in a good way. Do you remember those nights, Lito? We just used to have like songwriting sessions like until 3 a.m.
Yeah, yeah.
in the middle of summer.
Yeah, either in my room or your room.
Yeah. And we'd be like, take 17 of the new song.
Yeah, I remember that.
Middle of the night, go running out to Lawson trying to buy some ice cream or something.
Yes.
So it was an exciting time, really. I don't know what you want to do with the song, Lita. Do you want me to talk about the song before you play it or after you play it? Or
I think it's better after we play it. Honestly, I want people to just kind of watch it raw and then get their impressions, and maybe they'll come back with some questions for you, and then after you talk about it. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So Sargent just had that quick question, which I think you answered, Hamish. She says, she asked, "Does the film have English subtitles?" And yes, it does. That this particular version of the trailer didn't, but yeah, you can click on the link that I put up there, and it definitely has English subtitles.
Can I ask a question about the subtitles, Hamish? When I watched the film, because I speak Japanese and I was able to follow the subtitles, and these days I'm, as you know, an applied linguist, and I absolutely loved the translations. I thought they were fantastic because they weren't literal, which is really hard to do as a translator. So could you tell us a bit about the process of the translation? Who did you get to do it, and how their approach to it? I loved it.
I got a friend in Nagoya, Toa, who did all the translations. She grew up in Gunma, so she is a bit bilingual, and so she was able to do that. But then for one particular section, I got Rebecca, who does the drawing in the music video you're about to watch, and she's a kind of a comedian. We do the podcast together, and I got her to write a joke because I find that often jokes get lost in translation. So I thought, well, something similar that could be recognized as a joke, because the direct translation of the Japanese joke, like the futon flies away, no one gets that's a joke.
Yeah, that's a cultural reference thing in there. Yeah.
So that's sorry, a long answer to a short question, Lito, but sorry.
No, it's interesting. Thank you.
That's where that came from.
I like the translation a lot too, and I have an EQ. I have the N1 level, and I professionally translate too, and I really thought it was great. Very well done.
That adds so much when you're watching it in a different language than it was originally filmed in. Yeah, so what a great question, Matt. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, well, that's time for watching the next the first music video, technically. Let's get some sentinels in your life. Here we go. Oh, I gotta bring down the volume. Oh, the volume is already... Oh, I don't want to burst your ears. Here we go.
Maybe there's this archangel waiting in the wings. Whoa. But there's this devil on my got this halo, but it seems so shallow, it seems so grave. Now I'm wearing your maybe there's this dark angel waiting in the wings.
All right, there we go. There we.
Such a great song.
Yeah. See, I can't hear Lito.
I'm sorry, I'm
Can't
still
hear
muted.
Lito.
My bad. Sorry, I thought
Okay,
I
all
unmuted.
right. Good thing I said something.
Oh, thank you. I was just saying, let's get to a little bit of the chat before you give us your talk there, Matt, and then we'll send you off because I know you got to get going. Sarjan says about the translation, that is great. Love when translations are more natural. Awesome. Ravisha is saying visuals are nice. They're quite fitting. And JJ is saying, I'm short for JJ, just roaming around. Reminds me of something from Tarantino's Dusk Till Dawn or even True Blood. And I guess the is there kind of a goth feeling, right? When we were making that, like all those chord progressions, it felt kind of gothy to me. Ken Davis is adding Pulp Fiction, maybe. Feng saying nice rock music. We're getting some clap emojis. Thanks, Feng. Fantastic music video, Daniel saying. And Sarjan, love the song. Great sound. Horns up, people. Horns up. Clear Echo is giving us a clear message. Great song, fellas. Awesome. So, Matt, can you give us any insight or any commentary on what we just watched and heard?
You mean in terms of the background of the song?
Yeah.
Where it came from? Yeah, it was an interesting one, that, because, typically a song's going to have a structure of a verse, a chorus, a verse, and a middle section, then the chorus twice at the end. And I think we just wanted to go off that formula. So I remember writing it on an acoustic guitar in my tiny little cupboard apartment, and just starting with the G minor and just playing around with that and thinking about melodies. And if you put the capo on the 3rd fret, then you can start creating chord shapes with major 7th sounds, which gives it that sort of ethereal quality. And then I think once we had that first section down, then I think the lyrics started coming in that first section, and it's about vice and virtue, and you can't have one aspect without the other. So it's that sort of breathing in, breathing out, cycles of life, and so on. And then the middle bit came, and I wanted to do a section that deliberately has a really weird time signature. I think it's something like 7/8 or something. I can't remember the technical name for it. And I wrote that on the acoustic guitar, and then I remember giving that to you, Lito, to try to figure out how to play
that.
on.
Oh my god, you don't know how many times it was like
No, but it's 7 beats to the bar, not 8.
It just throws all of my like instinctive pop background, being Filipino and have perfect timing, like it was a challenge, but once we finally got it, it was amazing. Like oh yeah, that I got it now. Took a
I just
couple
heard it in
tries.
my head before. I remember having it on the acoustic. Just up until that point, I could hear it. I could hear the drums and what they should do, and the way the keys should drive that. And then I wasn't really sure where to go after that. And I think I just gave it. That was the one song that we did co-writing on, didn't we? Because most of the time I would write the songs on my own on an acoustic guitar and then come to you and we'd arrange them together and we'd basically change it and bandify it. And then but this song, that last section, I remember just handing it over to you and not quite knowing what to do with it. And then it was almost like you put this sort of Latino thing on it. And then I remember just jamming and just putting it on a loop. If you breathe in, you breathe it, and just going over and over and over it. We just got that groove going. And then how do we solidify that? And then we took it to the girls, didn't we? We had a fantastic rhythm section, really amazing female drummer, and Atsuko, and our bassist Maki, who was really interesting person to work with as well. So the dynamics worked really well when we took it into the rehearsal studio then trying to put it all together. It's quite a complex song, actually. It took a long time to get right, didn't it, with all the backing vocals and the harmonies and the three distinct sections, and trying to polish the lyrics and make sure it was the arch of the crescendo, and then of course putting it into the live shows. I think, if I remember, we would always put it as like the penultimate song, because if we sort of ended the set with that, it would be a bit too dramatic. We always ended on like a real rocker, didn't we?
Yeah.
We had a different song called Telescopic.
That's right. That
was like our best song. It didn't go on the release, did it? In the end, that came out earlier. But it was great fun to play, wasn't it? Breathe in, breathe out.
It was fun because it had like that, like people are responding with that kind of dark, almost gothic feel to it. That contrasted a lot of the lighter stuff that we did, the lighter kind of deeper ambient stuff as well. So, but yeah, that was one of my favorite songs to play and perform, to be honest. Yeah.
I think the other thing that's interesting is that everyone always thought it was going to be a ballad. So you start off and it's really sort of downbeat, and that it's in that minor key and it's a bit sort of melancholic, and then you get to the middle section, then it just explodes. So it always used to take people by surprise, which I quite liked. And it doesn't follow that, as I mentioned, the traditional formula. I just had I was always a bit rebellious with that. It was one band I played in before we met, Leeds, and we deliberately said we're not going to play a single song that has a chorus. Which is rebellious. I think it was a bit of a hangover from that. It spilled over. But the rest of the record, if you listen to it, it's just very poppy. That's the anomaly, I think, on the record, this particular track. Everything else
is that the
very...
psychology part?
The pop psychology.
I guess so. Yeah, right. Pop psychology. Yeah, if you do want to listen to it, it's you can go to Amazon Music, or you can go to iTunes and you just put in Sentinels and search for Pop Psychology. And you can download
it's on the soundtrack too. It's on the soundtrack.
Ah, that's
it's
true.
on the soundtrack.
Pop Psychology music. Oh, there you go. I'm gonna put that link later in the link so people can also see what the album art looks like. It's kind of cool. Yeah, a friend of ours made that album art as well, right? So
it was the bassist partner that created the artwork. Thought it was brilliant.
Yeah,
it's almost like Japanese manga. He was a really I think he was a graphic designer by trade, wasn't he? And he had the whole concept of what it should be like. Like with the front cover with the key, and it's you're entering the world of Sensor. You open it up and you've got like the lyrics scratched out on a notepad. Yeah. And our bassist didn't want us to have the full lyrics. There's always like a bit of mystery behind what was going on in the song. So we just had like one verse from each of the 6 songs.
That's right. It was all very well thought out.
Like, which lines do you want? Because that was the thing. Like, as a lyricist, one thing that's really important to me is like every line almost has to be a sound bite. It's like you want something to stand out on its own. So it's even like 2 lines in a verse in and of itself should be like, you want somebody to hear it and go, wow, what's going on there?
Right.
So it was quite difficult when she said, she was quite, she had that sort of idea in her mind, this is how it's going to be. So I just went along with it because she was really creative. She was quite a good creative force to have in the band. So we just followed her lead on that one.
Right.
It worked out quite well. In fact, you can't really see it. It was a gatefold, and when you open it up, it had a clear plastic where you put the CD in it over the lyrics. You had to sort of read through the
that's
plastic.
Right. Take the plastic off. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, to see what was going on. But anyway, it was deliberate.
I just want to pull up one comment from the chat. So, and I don't know this band that he's referring to, but JJ saying I would say more like Placebo. Lito, it's a very
nice. Oh, I love Placebo. One of my you mean? I think he's referring vocally because we've got quite high vocals and quite nasally. Oh yeah, Brian Molko. I really like his music a lot. They've just released.
I love his cover of "Running Up That Hill." going back to
Oh,
Kate Bush.
fantastic. He's an amazing musician. And
Right.
Stefan, the bassist. I've been fans since the beginning. I saw them in London in the 90s, just when the first album came out. So yes, Jerome, you're right. I do like Placebo. I wouldn't say they were one of the main influences on Sentinels, although they were. It was more like, I think we were starting from just classic pop, Beatles and that sort of thing, with some alternative stuff, lots of Pixies. They were a big influence on us, and it was sort of at the end of the noughties, wasn't it, and the beginning of the next decade, when that sort of, it was a really good time for music. You had sort of bands that were focusing a lot on the songwriting and the vocals and the harmonies. I liked all of that. It was really inspiring for us, I think. And the local scene, like you were saying, Lito, in Osaka at that time, was really vibrant, wasn't it? We'd play with everyone. Any opportunity.
Being in Sentinels just opened up a whole new world of a genre of music, and I felt like I was in an underground indie scene almost. Like there's like pockets of little indie bands.
I think that was one of the
met.
reasons why it worked, because you were sort of more classically trained and were more sort of into gigs where it was doing covers and very sort of mainstream sort of stuff. And I'd always come from a really snobby indie background, Indier Than Thou. And
Right.
that was my background, working with musicians of that ilk. That really influenced me. We sort of educated each other in different ways, I guess.
For sure, we're kind of like
I pulled you into the dirty indie.
Oh
sleaze.
yeah, but there were some amazing connections we made there, like with bands that Japanese indie bands that I would never associate myself with if it hadn't been our, going to those clubs and those live houses.
Yeah.
But great, just amazing. Like
Some of
seriously.
them were brilliant. Do you remember No Keys? I wonder what happened
No
to them.
Keys. Yeah, they were getting big. They were
There was a
starting to get
band
big.
called No Keys in Osaka. They got signed to Flake Records. We played with them so many times. They were university students. They were really young, but
Yeah,
they were brilliant.
on the up and up.
They put on a
Yep.
fantastic show. They went on tour up, and we became really good friends with them. I don't know what happened to them in the end. They were my favourites.
Can I ask Deron a question while you're here? Then Matt, maybe we might have to send you off because it is past 11. I know you wanted to leave by then. But Deron, what's your take on it? Because I know I see you performing and you're doing the covers and stuff, but then you're also creating your own very original tracks. Are you kind of in between the two worlds between me and Matt here when it comes to musical tastes and adventures?
Well, let me put it this way. I mean, I've had so many influences over the years that I consider myself pretty much genreless. I mean, like, I will make any style of music, and I enjoy every style of music. But that being said, I'm from Seattle, so I get the indie, like, punk, like, oh, God, we're cooler than anything else that's been around. There's been real... Nothing's like grunge music.
From Seattle.
And like I was really into that scene. I mean, I was like, I was in high school right when it was really picking up. And I even remember chopping wood outside and listening to my car radio the very first time they played Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit on the air. And even then, I had to stop what I was doing and breathlessly listen because it was just, this is going to change the world.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah, and it
we all
did
had that
change the world.
experience. It was amazing, that song.
But I was already going to clubs by then. Like there was all ages shows back then in Seattle, so I was on and moshing. And I'm a big guy. I was a football player, So I was a guy with like a Letterman's jacket in like a punk club, but I'm the most vicious guy rocking around. None of it made sense. And I'm a piano player.
The mosh pit has been.
Yeah, right. And I'm a piano player. So I'm
single-handedly.
a jock that loves punk music, but is a piano player.
Yeah, that's such a weird.
It kind of weird combination. So I've always been that way. I've been kind of I'm morph. I make all kinds of styles of music. I like electronic music as much as I love guitars, and like I said, my album coming out is I'm calling it progressive rock because it seems to be the only thing that fits. Rush is a huge influence on me. I love. They were one of my favorite bands. I was a huge Aerosmith fan for a long time. I liked the Cars a lot growing up because they had cool keyboard sounds. I actually got to talk to the Cars keyboardist, Greg Hawkes, once on the telephone for 2 hours. It was so amazing.
Oh,
Never
nice.
actually got to meet him in person, but hey, I did talk to him on the phone for a long time and got to tell him how much of an influence he was. So, had some cool experiences. I've met some really good musicians over the years, and I've played with lots of different bands. My real love is blues. And it sounds strange because there's not a lot of blues music on this.
I
film.
love blues too, man. We got a jam.
Yeah.
I actually love blues. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, blues was the first music I heard that really, really moved me. And and I just, if I had a choice of what I'm going to play mainly blues music. I'm going to play blues versions of songs. But when I go out, I'm usually playing like whatever people want to hear. I rarely play my live songs when I go play live because that's just not what people are there to listen to, in my opinion. Now, if I did a show in an underground place, like you guys are talking about, or like a charity event or things like that, I'll often play my originals. Because, hey, it's a charity event. You guys have to listen to what I want to play, and I'm here for free. So shove it. And pay lots of money to help these people. I mean, I kind of go all over the place, and some people, artists I know, like musicians I even work with, hate that. Like they just can't believe I'm a Weird Al fan as much as I am like a Nirvana fan or like a Monument of Masses fan or like there's all kind of Radiohead fan. I go all over the place. I love country music, for crying out loud.
Country
I love
music's
Willie
pretty
Nelson.
good. Yeah, country music,
Yeah.
the harmonies and the stuff. Okay, I get it. I'm pretty eclectic myself, but I think collaborating with Matt and doing Sentinels has really opened my eye to so much more. And like I said, the people in the chat, you guys have been on the musical journey with us a bit here too. On my channel, and I just met with Jay Eisen. He's all about like ambient underground. We talked about shoegaze today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, right. But like he's even beyond that, Matt. He's beyond that. Like you introduced me to shoegaze when we went to Tokyo. I was like, "What's shoegaze?" Oh, it's people actually gazing at their shoes. Like,
Right.
But he's like into like really ambient drone music, like just stuff out there. We were testing the new Space Echo pedal. So the Space Echo pedal by Boss just refreshed itself. Sorry, Hamish, if we're with her geeking out musically at you. But,
Everybody's lost us. What are they talking about?
Right. But he's just like all about the ambient, like the real chill and
1991, peak of shoegaze.
Exactly. There may be a time where we're gonna go and film or live stream the underground Osaka scene again. With this type of new music that's coming out. So you never know. I'm open there. Maybe I'll go and crash one of Darren's improv live shows there at Fire Cafe. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't always go to the improv's on Thursday nights. That's the jam night when I would play like more original, just improvised stuff. But yeah, other times I play, please do. Yeah. In fact, I'm doing live karaoke nights there, which is really fun. You can go on stage and sing.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah,
or if it's an easy song, I'll play and you sing. I want to hear you sing too.
Yeah, we could do that too. Oh, well, yeah, that's nice. I like to stand up and just sing sometimes because I don't get to do that very often.
Awesome. All right. Well, Matt, I want to say thank you so much for your input. Sorry, my camera is taking a little bit too long to drink the iced tea or the iced coffee. Hopefully they'll come back. But I want to say, Matt, thank you so much for your time today. Sorry we went.
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Hamish. Thank you, Darren.
Matt.
Thank you, all people at home.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
Awesome, Matt.
See you again. Okay, ciao for
See you
now.
again.
Thanks,
Okay.
thanks.
Have a
Ciao.
great night, Matt. Okay, there's Matt, the man, the legend. He's gone. I need to get rid of that guest 4 thing, but I'll give me a second. I'll actually the 3 and the mystery person looks kind of interesting too.
It's like a shadow of his former self.
Literally, right? Hello, found in Japan. Hey, Will. Hello from the bath. Hello. I hope there's good acoustics in there. You are here at the Lito Bunch with a very creative bunch. We've got Hamish. What can I call you? Are you the the director, the creator, the writer, the producer of your indie film Matcha Vanilla?
Yeah, all those things.
Wow.
And I even co-wrote one of the songs. So
Did you? Was it the song where your friend was singing on?
no.
Not
That's
that one,
actually
but yeah.
another one called Right. But
Oh, yes.
actually, the one my friend was singing on, I should also mention that I'm also old friends with her sister, and she co-wrote that with Deron. So
That's awesome. That's awesome.
yeah, so it's just like the title Matcha and Vanilla. There's sort of there's stuff from Japan and there's stuff from Australia, and it's sort of all combined together.
Nice,
So,
nice. Okay, before we get into the next music video thing, Hamish, is there anything that you wanted to add to our musical conversation when it comes to like preferences? And I don't know if you play any instruments or not. I know you're very like into music. I can tell, with
yeah,
creative
I
stuff.
love music, but I didn't get any of the talent. So my apparently my grandfather could what they say that he could make a one of those squeeze box talk. Apparently just incredibly musical, but
Mhm.
I got none of that. But I practiced. I tried to play the piano. Of course, I played the recorder like everybody else. And
Mhm.
I was a kid. I used to press record on the boombox, and I would like play the loop on those church keyboards. Cause I'm a preacher's son, and so I would try and sing and write stuff to that. And so
Ah, I see.
Darren helped make a dream come true. We got to work with a guy who I was a big fan of back in, speaking of like 1992,
Mhm.
a group called Radio Freedom. His song, and we helped him create it. Um,
Very cool.
I love all kinds of music. I'm not a big fan of grunge. Like I like I loved the music right up until Nirvana came onto the scene.
Mhm.
So I kind of had to take a deep breath during the 90s, and that's where I went back to the 80s. And then when grunge died out, I got to enjoy top 40 again. I'm sorry, I don't like. But then I did listen to Triple J, which so I like female grunge. So all of those kind of like the other one I can think of now is Belly, but like Frente and
Frente, yes.
Republica and Elastica and like Tori Amos, and that's what I gravitated towards in the
Tori
90s.
Amos is one of my idols, man. Like, so I mean,
Yeah,
it's funny. It's funny when you say that because like there was so much good music in the '90s, and yet we tend to only remember the grunge because it was so huge. It
right.
exploded onto the scene, but there was a lot of excellent club music happening on. We were
Yeah,
Nine Inch Nails fan, maybe. See, Nine Inch Nails,
I liked
what
Closer.
he was doing, he was mixing that electric sound with guitars and heavier stuff. And like
Yeah.
I remember loving the heck out of that one from the
Mm,
minute I first heard it. But there was a lot of good club music, a lot of good hip hop, really good hip hop that
sure.
was
I
being
mean,
made in the '90s as well. So
yeah,
electronic and R&B, like it was all there. It was just like heavy guitars came back. Like they kind of come in and come back out and in and out
exactly.
of
Well, I mean, that's
popularity over the years.
that's what I miss. Old man yells at cloud. Like that's what I liked about the like for me a big thing was like the MTV Video Music Awards in 1993, and it had all kinds of music. And like
Mm,
today, if you watch like the music award shows, it's all hip hop or it's
yeah.
like hip hop influenced music. It's like, well, where's the variety? Where's the rock? Where's all this other stuff? Yeah, I liked the Cardigans too. Garbage was great. I watched Garbage and Alanis Morissette in concert, and they were phenomenal, both of them.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Getting a bit of Canada in there. I do like Canadian rock.
Canadian content. It's all the Canadian content. Rush.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Rush, Bare Naked Ladies, man. They were
Bare Naked Ladies.
God
Yes.
dang it, I love that band.
They're amazing. They're amazing.
Like there's there's a lot more there's always good rock coming from everywhere in the world. Really, yeah. You tend to forget like how many bands aren't just from America, right? And
Yeah.
that there's actually a UK chart and a Canadian chart and
Yeah,
stuff.
we're kind of eclipsed by the Canadians. That's true. That's true. I mean, for the Americans, I should say. Johnny Kimchi is coming with the Coors. The Coors. The Coors.
Oh, the Cause,
I
I love
remember
them
the
from
Coors.
Irish music is just, you know, like
Love it.
the moment you
interesting.
hear Irish music, it just speaks to you. You know, but just obviously the '90s were dominated by ballads. So I mean, a lot of our album is, you know, like a '90s ballad album, and you know, there's, you know, who better than a ballad than the Canadians, like with Celine Dion. I mean, you know,
Yeah. Yeah,
people
that's true.
might, I don't know what, you know, what you might think of her, but my goodness, is there anyone as a singer who is technically better than Celine Dion? Like, she's such a great technician, and just some of her music is just so, like, I know it's very specific, but I think it's very beautiful what she does.
She's amazing. She's a diva, living diva.
Yeah.
I
But
heard.
like in a, not a Mariah Carey diva. Like, she's like really funny. Like, she knows that she's
Yes, yeah.
ridiculous.
She's great at impressions. Have you ever heard her do
No, I've
impressions?
never heard her impressions. No.
Oh
That's
my
awesome.
god, she's insanely good at it. Like, so I mean, and she is funny. She's actually almost bizarrely funny when you hear her in interviews.
Really?
It's hard to believe that it's her that sings that soulfully and smoothly sometimes when you listen to her talk. Yeah.
That's interesting.
And just Jeroming, I love Skunk Anansie. You know, Week is such an amazing song.
Nice. Great. I'm so glad that Annie Lennox. Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. This is great. What a great communal like thing we're doing. We're high-fiving each other with all the music things. Someone was asking, and I think people mistook you for your name there, Hamish. You're not Scottish, are you? You're from a different country.
No. My last name is also Scottish, but it's an adopted name. So my mum just liked the name. So
Okay. All right.
you know, I've got a lot of the you know, the UK mixed in me, but not Scotland,
Okay.
as far as I know.
Okay, inquiring minds just want to know. Starjen is saying she's amazing live. I think we were talking about Celine Dion.
Maybe Tori or
Probably Celine
okay.
Dion, because there's a little bit of a delay sometimes with the chat. So
Right.
yeah, I would love to see Celine Dion. Isn't she resident? Like, she's still resident at Las Vegas or something? I'm not sure if she's still doing that, but
I don't know if she's still doing that. She seems to have sort of given up after her husband passed away.
oh yeah, she was so in love. I've seen their love story too. It's kind of amazing.
Mhm.
Guys, I think we should keep on moving because there's still more music to be had here. So we got another track, and this is The Path from the soundtrack, as well as we got a music video to couple that. Okay, so guys, go ahead and sit back, enjoy the music and the movie. And Darren's like, look at this guy. Hey, this guy. We'll come back and get a lot coming from Deron after, and Deron and Hamish after this. So guys, we're going to The Path. This is the way. This is The Path. 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
The times will come when all feels lost, the truth exposed, no one knows what matters most anymore. Take a side, injure pride, we lose our minds until we find that no one's right no more. So we sail to a future that's unknown. So
All right, all right, all right. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
so who was
okay.
that handsome man in that video?
Yeah, who's
It
that
was George
character?
Clooney, right? It was.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was.
You look pretty close, pretty close.
The chat's reckoning you look like Joe Cocker,
Joe
and
Cocker?
Yeah.
Okay, reminds me of Joe Cocker. There you go.
and
Oh, thank you.
so we did actually, when we were shooting the video, someone walked past while Darren was playing the guitar and said like, "Oh, Natsukashi."
Natsukashi
I think
means
it made
nostalgic.
people-
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so Feng asking, is that a keyboard guitar? I think the
Yes.
proper name for it is a keytar, right?
That's what it's called. It's called a
Yeah.
keytar, and it's one of the classic models. It's an Roland A1. It's one of the ones you usually see in the videos back when they were popular.
Yeah.
And
I'm
I
so
do
jealous,
use
by
it.
the way.
Yeah, no, I was lucky. I got it used, and I was really lucky. Someone tipped me, and I ran and I bought it. And it works great. It works great. I connect it usually to a computer, and I can switch sounds like on the fly. It's quite fun to play, and it's fun to be able to stand up and walk around and play.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
keyboarders don't get to do that. The other cool thing about it is that you can kind of make it even and actually play it like a real keyboard,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Or you can lift it kind of like, at an angle and play it like a guitar, right? Like this.
Yeah.
And the bender bar is really sensitive. It's fun to play. Well, anyway, but like, yeah, I mean, I actually didn't use that keyboard when I recorded it.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be honest.
I heard
Yeah,
it. Was that a pianica or maybe just a
That's
regular?
right.
Okay.
The pianica does not look as cool in a
No.
video.
We got a trumpet
I
keyboard.
tried to
thing.
convince Hamish and Felicity. They just wouldn't listen to me. I'm like, come on, let me play this little kid's instrument that they do in kindergarten. Well, but they weren't having it, so I brought the guitar. It started, that song in particular was really when I started creating lots of music for the film. I was a bit of in a mental block. I was probably a lot of us were during the pandemic. And one night I just stayed up all night and I just started, and I was having trouble with this song. Hamish heard a lot of versions of it, and he liked the demo version best. But the
I
demo
did.
was really playing. And so like finally I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna play everything I have around me. So I started picking up. You can hear bongo drums. That's actually me in this room playing bongos, recording on this mic. And
Cool.
same with Pianica too. I recorded on this mic. And as long as we saw Clear Echo on there, I should mention Clear Echo is actually Aton Brown, who is the guy that helped me mix and master a lot of the music for the film.
Let me give a applause for Clear Echo there. Nice.
Yeah.
Love your name, by the way.
You deserve a big applause there, man. He helped me a lot, and like it was a learning experience for me. I wanted it to make it sound really good, but I also wanted it to sound lo-fi. So I'm really into lo-fi and down tempo stuff. Like you guys were talking about bands that were kind of like that. I mean, like Boards of Canada. I'm a huge fan of Boards of Canada. I love which it's fun. Speaking of Canada, right? But like
Canada.
Yeah, right. I like a lot of stuff that's like kind of lo-fi, down tempo. So I wanted it to sound like kind of like almost like it was unclear but very clear at the same time. And there was the piano riff and the original song when I wrote it. I wrote that song in maybe 5 minutes. It was just one that just flowed out instantly.
That's cool.
And I don't think it was for the movie. It just you shared it with me, and I was like, "This is the best." This is an amazing song. I was like, I don't care where it goes; it has to go in the movie somehow.
Right. Yeah. I was flattered by that, of course, but I just wanted it to make it something different than just the demo. I do have On the Path single, which is available on Blue Orb Productions music label.
All the
actual
links in the description, by the way. Yeah.
Which is go down to Bandcamp and you'll see it, and you can also get the link to Here Now and find it anywhere on streaming services. There is the kind of like post demo version that I did that was just piano and vocals.
Mhm.
And I think that version is also very cool. And for a while, I was just going to use that. But then, I got, you know what? I want to really do this right. And so I added strings. I was going beatboxing like you were at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
It's hard to hear in there, but there's a lot of beatboxing going
Oh,
on.
cool.
Strings and the pianica. I was like, heck yeah. Everyone,
Mm.
like a lot of my friends like hate it when I bring the pianica because they're like, "Oh, it's a kid's toy." I'm like,
Yeah.
I go, dude, just let me play it and you'll see. And then they're like,
Yeah.
oh man, that was awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
If a lot of people might not know what a pianica is, it's basically like a keyboard attached to a little like mouthpiece, and you blow and push the keys, and that's what generates the sound. So like if you just blow and you don't push the keys, nothing comes out. But if you blow and push the keys, then you'll get sound. And it does look like a kid's toy, but it's one of the coolest things because it's like you don't need any batteries. It has its own like volume because it's how hard you blow, and you're mobile, right? And it's got a cool kind of, you say kids sound, but to me, like the beginning of Strawberry Fields Forever, like that's a Mellotron, right? But it all has almost that kind of like, I don't know, like kid, like, oh, I'm a baby again. There's something nurturing and nostalgic about that. I love the sound of that. It's you can't really reproduce that you can with a keyboard, a synthesizer, but it's not the same when you see someone actually playing it. It's something organic about it.
There is, and you're right. It's the breath technique that's really interesting about it because you can control it like you do a horn. So it can sound like a saxophone. It can sound like a harmonica. It can sound like a horn section. It can sound like an organ sometimes. It can do all of those things. So it's quite versatile, actually. And I have the longest one. Like I have one that has like about 10 extra keys on it.
I see.
So
Your
like
pianica is longer than mine.
Now we're comparing pianica sizes here.
How big's your guitar? How many keys can you how many times can you wham?
But it's a fun instrument to play, and I wanted to put it in somewhere, and it fit that song.
That's cool.
And then the strings too. I remember, especially Eitan was helping me because, dude, push those strings up. They got to be like that's like you. It was. I remember going, okay, well, I'm glad the strings are working, so let's really make it sound theatrical.
That's cool. That's cool.
And the song's pretty obvious, I think. Lyric wise, I mean, it's about choosing the path. Like, what path we choose, the path we take. And and there's all kinds of terrible things that can happen, but like eventually it's up to us to make the choice.
I see.
And it was for people not in Japan, it was shot in Kyoto at the Philosopher's Path.
Ah, nice. I did a live stream there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place, and I forgot who said it. The autumn colors.
Yeah, Stargen said that. Yeah.
There's no except for one scene where we couldn't see Darren's face that I color corrected. Other than that, the whole thing has no color correction. Like that is just how you see it is how it was shot.
There you go. Nicely done. Yeah.
That's Felicity who shot that. I just directed that.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the chat again, and I have a few questions for you guys. I'm gonna geek out a little bit musically and maybe technically for making movies. Okay. So Daniel Carhoonan says, "Oh yeah, so the pianica is like the Swiss Army knife version of a music instrument, kind of. Yeah, you just pull it out and do whatever you want. Yeah. And my first question is for Hamish, actually. Okay, so I was watching it, and I've actually made one music video so far. The whole reason I got into YouTube, or like the story before YouTube, was to buy a camera that could record video and make my own music videos for my band at the time. Had no idea what I was doing. I've told people this story a bit. They got the auto balance, like the white balance wrong. We were in a studio, like a rehearsal studio. The studio lights were terrible. We all looked green. We looked like the Incredible Hulk band, and it was terrible. So I started learning about photography to get, the Trinity ISO, shutter speed, and aperture. And then from there, I got back into video with YouTube and stuff. And this kind of relates to you, Deron, because you approached me. You sent me that video. You're like, hey, I got some other songs. Are you interested in making a music video for it? Yes, I still am interested. Right. The projects have been on the back burner, but I have ideas and visuals that I want to run with your music and eventually my own music
Cool.
too, right? So I'm totally down with it. So long-winded approach to this question, Hamish, is so when we were watching that, there are clips I guess took by Felicity that were in I think I'm talking about aspect ratio now, people. Aspect ratio. So okay, so aspect ratio is basically like how you see the screen. So a lot of modern screens are 16 by 9. They're kind of like this little bit of a widescreen format. But if you go to the movie theaters, you often see black bars on the top and bottom, and that's usually a type of anamorphic. And it gives you a little bit more wide, a little bit more cinematic kind of feel to it. And then you go to Instagram, it's like 1 by 1. It's like a square, kind of thing. So when you talk about aspect ratio, I did notice that it was jumping around between 16 by 9 and was that an anamorphic 1.235 to 1 or something like that?
shot to emulate anamorphic. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, the parts that are in anamorphic are from the film.
Right.
So the music video part is in 16 by 9.
Okay.
So
So my question is, and I love the anamorphic look. I have an anamorphic lens for my iPhone that I take cinematic video, and I finally bought an anamorphic lens adapter. Came out by Moment. It's on a Kickstarter right now. I dropped a whole bunch of money for that, but I'm in love with the format. So my questions for you is like, when you filmed the movie, did you rent your gear? Do you have all those anamorphic lens? How did you go about getting those shots, basically?
Oh, that's really more for Paul. But so the first year we had a loan from Panasonic, the GH5S, which hadn't been released yet. And then the same sensor, but the following year we were using the Blackmagic. And the lenses are all Carl Zeiss lenses, so like the actual, like the 80s lenses, they're called like the Hollywood lenses.
Right.
So that's why we were able to get that Hollywood feel for the movie. The royal we, that's really Paul got that.
Wow.
Because he had all those manual lenses that he was using.
Okay. Wow. Great. Oh shoot! My speaking of camera lenses, my camera is wigging out. That's such a flattering shot to freeze on.
Right.
My camera's overheating constantly.
Speaking of Paul, he did tell me that he's just got an like a real anamorphic lens. So if we do get to shoot something again, we'll be able to shoot it actually anamorphic as opposed to just let's
so you did
shoot
it in post.
raw and then crop it.
I see. So you didn't post. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, but I mean, I just noticed that right away, and I was like, wow, how'd you get that? So thank you for answering that for me. My next question is for Dr. D. Deron, so where do you get your inspirations when you start making music? I know inspiration can come from all different angles, but like, do you start with a concept for a lyric, or do you go through a bass line, or do you put down drums? How do you start?
Well, that's probably the question you get asked the most when you write songs. And like, it's the unfortunate answer is it's all of that. Usually, for me, I've started songs from all kinds of different ways. However, I'm a piano player mainly, so I like to sit down at an actual piano, like the one that's behind me here. You can kind of see, and what I'll do is I won't record straight into the computer. What I'll often do is I'll just turn on my what do you call it, memo note on my phone, and like I'll just turn it on and I'll just play whatever I feel like playing. And like sometimes I'll just be doing scales or doing chord progressions or drills to warm up my fingers, and then something interesting comes up and I'll just repeat it and then start humming or singing. And sometimes lyrics will come out that stick, and other times I'll slave for years kind of trying to figure out what lyrics will fit that. Did you guys ever watch the Get Back documentary? Have you guys seen that yet?
I haven't seen it personally, sorry.
About Hamish, have you seen that?
I know what I haven't seen it yet.
The Beatles one. Okay. Well, okay.
Yeah.
If you watch that, you're going to see that the Beatles had a lot of those songs written for years with crazy different versions and lyrics all the time. They're constantly rewriting things and trying to fix things. And Paul and John worked together like crazy to try to make it fit right arrangement wise. And for George's songs, all of them worked together to get the arrangement just right. Like you're always tinkering with some songs, and other songs just kind of like seem to grow out of the earth like a flower. Like I said, The Path, like I wrote that in 5 minutes. Loved, the one we heard before, I also wrote that in like 5 minutes. It just came out. And like other songs I had worked on for 10 years. I've got some songs that I've written. And like, you know,
Like
and sometimes I
Dreaming.
just, yeah, so, like, yeah, Dreaming was one that like was very old and like took a long time to work to finish and make it perfect.
Wow.
And like, for example, right? And then other times, like you're saying, drum beats. I'm also a producer, so like I just sit and I'll make beats and I'll or listen to some samples I like, or I go, this sounds cool, this sounds cool. Sometimes I'll just start with that and a riff and a loop, and I'll play a bass line to it and just keep adding things. I record all of that basically using a keyboard. I use touchpads too a little, but I'm kind of an older guy, and I'm a piano player, so using the keyboard when I'm creating is a little easier when I'm doing drum beats. But it's a lot like it's like anything else. I mean, the piano is a rhythm instrument, right? I mean, Lito knows. It's a rhythm instrument and a string instrument. And it's very rhythmic. So like, I mean, it's very easy to get the feel, and you just get that little touch. Then if you touch it lighter, it makes a different sound. If you touch it hard, it makes a different sound. You can manipulate all of that with the computer any way you choose. So that's it's like kind of like the color coding and editing that goes in the movie for for guys that are more visual like Hamish. That's kind of what I'm doing after I record something. But I like it. I want to make it sound like this. I want to make it sound like it's very far away, like it's in a canyon or something. I'm screaming. No, actually, I want to make it sound like I'm sitting on the toilet and I'm singing or something. I mean, seriously, sometimes like that's what it is, and like you need to find just that right sound. And like, so sometimes it's just from screwing around on a computer too. So like, I can't tell you any one right way or wrong way to write a song. All I can say is that from my experience, it's been all over the place, but you have to practice writing songs. This is the key.
Right.
When I was at the music studio, I wrote about 300 songs.
Wow.
And most of them sucked. There's maybe like about 10, 15 good ones in there. Right. But I kept writing and I kept writing and I kept writing. I had the studio space there, and then you have to stay up really late and work hard at a music label. And sometimes you got time just to wait till the producer comes back from his partying all night. And like, so I'd spend time writing songs, and I wrote a lot. And like, that's where I got good at it, I think, is like through practice and repetition. Nice. And there's a few keepers out of that, but what it gave me the base I needed to be able to keep writing. I don't know if that's a full answer. Sorry. But
that is more than a full answer. I think we got a few extra fries with that Happy Meal. No, but Feng is saying, I have a history of sitting on the toilet. Yeah, I think all of us do have a history from time to time. Nice one, Feng. I like what you did there. Yeah, Clear Echo is saying, George Martin and the Beatles have opened more doors for us all than any of us realize. And then talking about that movie, what was it called? Not Get Shorty. What was it called? The Beatles documentary.
Get Back.
We wrote.
Get Back.
Get Back. Oh yeah, Get Back. Nice.
It's the Get Back project is what became their final released album, at least. Yeah.
Right.
For Let It Be, basically the stuff that's on Let It Be. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that movie rewrote the
and
history.
it definitely vindicated Yoko Ono, really.
Okay, well, I have to definitely check that out. I haven't seen that yet, so thank you. But you know what? That last nugget, I think, resonates with people not even making music, but just making creative things, creative content in all sorts of media. That idea of just making lots of stuff and some of it's going to stick and be good. It's like the 80-20 rule. Like 80% of the stuff you do is crap. Sitting on the toilet, going in the toilet. But the rest of it, there's some gold nuggets there, so I'm going to take your advice. It's hard though. It's hard sometimes, like to stay creative and you get into ruts and stuff. But like that's very inspirational. Just to go out there and just keep working on your craft. Yeah, you just do it. Just do stuff.
It's like a muscle. You just do it a bit every day, and then
nice.
That's how I approach writing.
I
every day would be tough, but yeah, I mean, touch the piano every day is what I tell my students. At least touch it.
Yeah.
Just touch if you even just play a couple notes like something like that, that's good enough. Or it can be 1 second, or it could be 1 hour, or 1 day of playing.
That's good
Doesn't matter.
advice. That's really good advice. Yeah, it's same with anything really. Just keep at it. And I hope I get to like collaborate with you guys in any sort of creative way, whether it's music or video or can I be your cameraman or whatever. I'm down. I'm so down to collaborate. I've been looking for. I'm hungry right now. I'm creatively like I just want to go out there, collab with people, and get people's word out, get more eyeballs on other people as well. Like this is the way I like doing it right now. But anything creative just fires me up right now. So.
I have to get you acting again. If anyone wants to see Lito improving as a serial killer, look up Fizz Popcast, The Deep North Murder Story.
Fizz.
Lito is incredible as a very polite serial killer.
What was it? Fizz
I
Podcast?
always suspected, but I didn't.
The North serial killer story, was it?
The Deep North Murder Story.
North Murder Story. Okay. All right. I'm sorry I wasn't able to go to the chat. It's been a while. Thank you, Sharvhart, for being here. She's saying, what's that about sitting on the toilet? That's right. And buckle up. Let's go. Nice to see you here. Better late than never. I saw your comment earlier. Guys, we have one more little musical thing that we'd like to show you. Then after that, we're going to talk about it a little bit, and then we'll get into the finisher of Gartic Phone. While we're going to have some special music in the background today. That's Dr. D's album that we're promoting today. And again, all the links for the guests today are in the description. You can check out Hamish at his Linktree, and you can check out Daryl at Daryl. I think I just married your first name and your last name, Daryl's. Deron Reynolds at his 4 links that we have down there too. So go check it out. But you guys are getting the preview of the special with the artist today. Let's look at one more thing. Charvart is also. I got to pull this up. We only talking about guys or gals guilty about that too. I think sitting on the toilet. Yeah, I think both of us, right? Like both.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Well, Jimi Hendrix, right? Jimi Hendrix used to play the guitar all day long, and he loved playing in the toilet because it made an echo.
The reverberates, yeah.
It was instrumental in creating sound. Like and I've been to studios where they have mic jacks in the toilet because you never know.
Way.
Like maybe that maybe that's where they want to record, and it happens a lot. You'd be surprised how often people, like especially guitar recording in the John works.
Interesting. I love singing in the shower. I think that's my thing. I just love the reverb and echo there, singing in the shower. So I don't know. If we get some emojis, if you guys want to see more, one more music video, or if we get any music emojis, or toilet emojis, if you guys like singing or thinking or doing stuff in the toilet without dropping kids off the pool. Okay, let's go. Let's unite, guys. Let's unite together. Show me those emojis, and we're gonna watch one more video. Let's do it. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, unite.
Mm.
All right, guys. So let me pull up a few people in the chat. Like Fang saying, "Wow, it's EDM music." Darren, how many different versions of that song "Unite" did you actually end up making?
Well, a lot actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so well, I didn't make all of the versions, but I co-wrote the song with my friend Jack Slander. We released it as a progressive rock tune, believe it or not,
Right.
really based on Rush, like we were talking
Yeah,
earlier.
he loves Rush.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's it was kind of based on their '80s style of pop, and it was in the band that we were doing back then. We released it as a prog rock song, but
Mm-hmm.
Hamish heard the album and we ended up using a couple songs from the album. One that's actually originally me singing, but
Mm-hmm.
this song we decided to make it very theatrical and use it as a main theme
Okay.
for. I redid the arrangement and made it. I was thinking Frozen. Basically,
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of thinking that piano line that keeps coming back and it hooks you in.
Mm-hmm.
And my version, my arranged version that is on the we haven't finished the video for that yet, but this version, this is Dubtronic and Sartori, who are two partners that
Mm-hmm.
make remixes. They're very talented. I was really impressed with this when we got it. I just knew right away it fit. It fit the song, and so they get the remix credit for this song. We did a couple other remixes as well. In fact, in total, so how many versions is it? We're gonna have the original Unite version, which is the prog rock. We're gonna have the Dubtronic version in there. We're gonna have a hip hop remix.
I love the hip hop remix. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
inspired to make the music video for that. That's the one that I
Right.
told you inspired me. Yeah. So
That's a guy named Etop who lives in Boston.
Yeah,
He was
man.
another real talented guy that a friend of mine named Julie, Japanese girl, lives in Boston, introduced me to. Fantastic. And we also have it's a very interesting friend of Hamish's that lives in San Francisco who made this insane, bizarro version of the song. And at first,
Oh.
like it was like a 30-minute long remix. 30.
Oh right. Yeah, that's
minutes
right.
Yeah.
30 minutes
long.
So,
Maybe we
Andy
should put
Van
that on for
Stolio-
Gartic Phone.
Yeah, she's like a.
It's insane. I ended up having to break it up into parts because you can't even upload a 30-minute song
Oh wow.
on the internet.
That's
It's
crazy.
too long. Well, I mean, technically you can, but like it's just too much red tape. So like, but it ended up sounding really cool, and we're gonna release that as an EP. It's going to be over an hour of that song Unite. Over an hour of music on an EP. So it's going to be like 300, 400 yen to buy an hour worth of music. And we're going to drop that on Halloween, October 31st.
Awesome. Maybe if I get it, can I play it like on the stream when we're playing Gartic Phone in the background? We'll all be like uniting,
sure.
playing Gartic Phone. You guys, I hope you can stick around for that because it's kind of fun. Even one round, it would be fun if you guys are still up for that. Thank you for.
It'll be a little bit like what Trevor Horn did with Grace Jones' "Slave to the Rhythm," where there's like a whole album's worth of different versions, and they're all different.
Yeah,
So
I love
Darren,
stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean when you sent me the tracks, and I was like, what? You got all these people remixing your original track? How cool is that?
Yeah.
It's like sending out your kids to go out and like be like, go ahead and flourish in this country and flourish in this genre, and you be a hip hop kid and you be an EDM kid. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I wear many hats, right? As a producer, I mean, I also have remixed lots of songs. In fact, like there's a few remixes I'm going to release in the I Love Matcha Vanilla, which we're going to start talking about. That's going to be released in September. Haven't exactly decided a date yet, but like sometime in September. And like basically just like it's that girl Sabrina who we just saw. We didn't really get to talk about her yet. She's a brilliant singer. Sabrina, otherwise
Jupiter
known as
Star is
Jupiter
her
Star.
stage name. I should say.
Yeah,
Nice.
Jupiter Star,
Jupiter Star.
and and she's quite talented, and so I wanted to try to use some extra songs that we had not put in the film and do a few originals, but also have some of the love songs with maybe slightly different different mixes and some remixes. So we're going to throw all that together as well for another project. I can't remember what your original question was now, Lito. You were asking me about.
I think it was more of a comment. It was like, how
Yeah.
cool is it that you
Oh,
send your
how
original
cool is
to
it
other
that I
people?
get? Okay, so remixing. That's
Yeah.
right. I wear many different hats. So I've remixed before, and
Yeah.
I've sent out tracks like all the time to get remixed when I was at the label.
Yeah.
I had to talk to people in other countries and say, okay, how much you going to charge us for this, right? They're cheap, by the way.
Yeah, right.
And but like you get all kinds of people remixing stuff that never even makes it onto the CDs. And I've
Yeah.
remixed all kinds of songs, some for some big pop stars here in Japan that just never made the cut. It's close. One time I was second place, but you don't get paid for second place.
Well, this is remix culture now. This is remix generation.
Yeah.
You're doing with TikTok. You're doing with like reactions for other people's content. This is the new trend, I think, and I think it's cool. I think it's cool that you're doing it in a purely audio form. To me, that was exciting, and the fact that you're letting me now put maybe visuals on top of one of those versions, I'm excited. You said like run with it. I'm like yes. So I'm so happy. Yeah,
That's right. It's going to be really cool. I think that project in particular is going to be fun because that's the main theme of the movie. And really made sense to make as many remixes of that as we could. So we just reached out. Hamish found the Dubtronic guys. I found E-Top.
Cool.
I think Hamish found Andrea, who ended up making the crazy 30-minute long thing.
Yeah.
Andrea and Sapphic Lasers as well.
Awesome.
Sapphic Lasers is also a very
Sapphic
good.
Lasers, yeah, that's crazy.
Oh man, that's
that's
that's the thing. We got some great remix coming out with that song. So if you like that, you're gonna love that EP when it comes out.
Okay,
That's
great.
right. And Dubtronic is also doing another remix for us for this the project in September.
Fantastic.
That's right. I
guys.
Love Matcha and Vanilla is going to have a new remix by Dubtronic.
That is, I think that is so cool. I really think that is so cool.
And
By the way, sorry, go ahead.
they just do like, up until this is like their first professional remix.
Mm-hmm.
Because up until now they just do unofficial remixes of Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I found them, because my partner was like, "Hey, hear this cool version of a Madonna song," and I listened to it, and so I contacted them. I was like, "You want to do a remix of for my film soundtrack?"
That is amazing. How cool is that? Like a worldwide collab, and that's what I'm talking about. Like,
Right.
So you mentioned Jack Slander, and actually he was the guy who approached me when he saw me do like some 360 video on my Insta360 Go 2, and he's like, "Hey, can you make a music video just with that one camera?" I'm like, "I guess we could," but I brought my whole kit out there and we did a full video. So I put the shameless plug. I put the YouTube link to his channel of Sky Talking by Circle Eyes. And that's the video that the music video I made for him that made me want to come back into making music videos. I think, Deron, you saw that and you approached me. You're like, "Hey, dude, I really like what you did. Let's collaborate." And I'm like, "Dude, this is awesome." So I just want to go back into the chat again. We're going to finish off the toilet talk here. So Sharafard saying, "Now everyone is guilty of singing in the shower, guys and gals." It's true. And JJ's like, "Crazy fact, the writer of Attack on Titan, like Kyojin no Kogeki, I forgot what it's called in Japanese. Attack on Titan series came up with the story while sitting in the toilet. Aren't the best ideas come up when you're in the loo, when you're on the John?" As I see, nice to see you here. I know you're super busy, but I really appreciate you even lurking in the background. Having you here is awesome. JJ is saying her vocal style. Okay, who is singing the lead vocal on Unite? Is it Sabrina or is it someone else?
Yeah, Jupiter Star.
Great,
Yes.
great. Jupiter Star, sorry. Her vocal style is a little like the lead singer from Churches. It's Churches.
Mm.
Yeah, I love that band too. Amazing. Yeah, kind of reminiscent of that, definitely. Buckle up, let's go. Wes is saying I could definitely hear this on a soundtrack, and that's where it is. Yeah, definitely. We're getting some really good positive feedback. Amazing video. Clap, clap, clap. 100%. And buckle up, let's go is like talking about the next trend. So I don't know if you guys know, TikTok's huge, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels is now getting monetized. This is one of the things that when you said earlier, Deron, just touch the keyboard every day. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make 2 Reels a day. They're like little 15 to 1 minute vertical video clips set to music. Sometimes they're templates. But Buckle Up, Let's Go is on it. Him and what is it? Buckle Up Your Cat, right? Is it? What's the name of the cat again? It's like Nozzle Cat. I forgot what it's called, but his cute cat is there, and he's making videos about it. And he's like, I gotta get off the cat videos. I'm like, no, you gotta push the cat videos. They can take over the internet. But yeah, Hamish, what did you have to say about that? You seemed like you were gonna add something.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say the YouTube Shorts as well. I think we need to get onto that because I heard that's kind of what's happening now.
Exactly right.
It's the future for promotion. I'm actually getting, I'm inspired by you guys too, and I'm starting to practice it, and I've been starting to make stuff. Those types of small cuts, learning to video edit again. Used to do it a long time ago, but I'm getting back into it. And yeah, the idea is make a few shorts, make some kind of catchy part of a song. That's the way you get people to click and like push the link and maybe buy the song. So yeah, TikTok's the wave of the future. Maybe for the worse or for the betterment of society. I don't know what to think about it, but reels and all those things, yeah, that's what's really big right now.
Definitely, yeah. And he's saying 15-second hook that can run wild as social media background music. A lot of people are just using pop music and there's templates, but if you're putting your own original music there and that catches fire, my God, that's huge.
Exactly.
Right? That's going to be huge. You know what I'm talking about? Speaking of content creators, yo, we were talking about it earlier. Nomadic Gaijin in the house. My friend Luke there in Saitama. How are you doing, Luke? Giving you the horns of welcome. He's just coming off of his own Twitch stream. Luke, lovely to see you here. How you doing? I think we were talking about you earlier in the chat, how, I can't remember what we were talking about, about how you're content creating in Tokyo and we're jamming and stuff, and we were talking about just, I think just content creation in general, and that you need to keep it up and keep going, and like you said, touch that keyboard every day, make those little reels, and because they're short, you don't have to spend 3 hours to make a 10-minute video. You can spend maybe 30 minutes making a really nice reel that gets 4,000 views in the next couple days. I'm like, wow, hey, not bad, and maybe make some money from it in the end. So Cuddle Cat, it's Cuddle Cat and Grumble Cat. He's got two cats that are killing the internet. Seriously. No matter kids these days with our toilet talk. Okay. Nomadic Gaijin was doing sound for Akasan's podcast, Barely Caught the Last Train. Okay, so he's again collaborating with another YouTuber / Twitch streamer, probably at his place, helping out with his podcast. Guys, this is what I love about this type of collab when we're bringing guests who are actually doing creative stuff. It's so inspirational, and the connections we make. They grow, and they this is where momentum comes. So thank you so much for being here, guys, and the chat too. We couldn't do it without you. ADHD marketing, if it works, it works. Nicely put.
Very well put. Yeah.
Okay. So what we're gonna do now? We got through Unite. Excellent video. Guys, were you guys loving the Sakura and the whole like Lolita thing going with the music? We're gonna end this off with Gartic Phone. Guys, Deron, Hamish, if you guys need to go early, no worries. If you can stay around for maybe one round of it, it's gonna probably take 15-20 minutes at the most to get it done. But then probably we're gonna finish it. But we're gonna definitely have your music playing on in the background this time. Okay.
Nice.
So what that means is I'm going to have to take off the headphones and play you guys on the MacBook speaker, because then we can get the sound going there as well. Hello, people. So let me go to the iPhone share and, whoops. This is not the screen you've been looking for. This is the screen you've been looking for. Can everybody still hear me? Are we going good there? And I'm going to start playing a little bit of music from Deron's newest album, right? It's coming out.
That's right. The new album's called Polarized. It's by my new solo project name called Halfway to Hipster. Halfway to Hipster.
Okay.
Which is basically where I am in my life right now. So
okay.
Seems like a good band name.
Speaking of Halfway to Hipster, it's #1 in the tracks that you sent me. Do you want me to start off with that, or do you want to start off with Polarized? Which one do you want?
You can start with any track you want, but Polarized is a good one, because since we were just talking about Sabrina, a version of this song that I'm singing on this one is going to be on I Love Matcha Vanilla with her singing. And that's going to be a little bit different feel than the version you're going to hear now.
Okay, wow, sorry guys, sorry to blow your ears. What is going... Sorry guys, I like blew your ears open. Are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? Are you still there? Are you still alive? I tried to catch that as soon as I could. Are you guys okay?
Yep.
Oh, my bad, my bad. I hate it when that happens. Okay, so this is the dealio. I'm going to play a little bit of Polarized, but what you guys can do is I'm going to invite you to play some Gartic Phone on normal. Link copied. I will put the link in the chat here. And for Deron and Hamish, I'll put it in our messenger chat, okay? And let me get Polarized going first, though. Just give me 1 second to get Polarized. And okay, so can you hear that? How are we looking, Deron? You be my sound guy. Sounds good so far. Let me know if I need to adjust. Okay. Okay. I will go to the chat and. Where are you guys? Okay, this guy talking. All right, here we are. And I'll drop the link into the Gartic Phone. You guys can click on that link. You other guys are gonna get the Facebook Messenger link. Just give me 1 second here. Bam. And I just sent it to y'all over there. Oh, nice. So you can go ahead and join Gartic Phone. Let me on a phone, a tablet, or your computer if you want. We got Hamish in there. Very nice. And you people in the chat, let me know if hold on, I'm just gonna quickly bring the chat back over here. All right. Oh, nice pipes there. Nice pipes.
Thank you.
Oh yes, Ravisha, thank you for sharing the Nomadic music video. That's what we were talking about, Nomadic guys, and we were talking about how your community made you your theme song for your birthday. That was amazing. So that was the person I was talking about there. Dr. D, sweet, sweet. Got the video of her attempt, but couldn't get the video of her fighting me for a Nintendo Switch Fortnite shooting. I see, I see. That's right, that's what it was, the theme song. NGIG theme song. NGIJ, sorry. Yeah, that was pretty great. I mean, you really polarized the community. If I could add that in there. To come to unite and come together and find the path to making us and having us say thank you very much and for not being so vanilla. Did I miss anything else there?
Wow. That was one heck of a narrative turn.
Yeah.
Really weaved it all together there.
Tried to. That's the improv.
You're reminding me of Joe.
Oh, to Joe, right? Oh, Joe. Oh my God, Joe McVeigh. Yeah, right. Oh my God. Oh yeah, he cracks me up. He's so good with the dad jokes and stuff too.
Yeah.
JJ can't join right now. I'm out walking. No worries, JJ. Be safe there. You can maybe watch. You don't have to play. I'd hate to like play and like have to draw at the same time. That hurt. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ravisha, boo boo. Nice. Well done. Wash hands. Nice. Hey, Clear Echo, you're welcome to join too if you're not in here already. Well, la over on here. 7 players. So we're gonna close the invite in 1 minute. We're gonna get started in a minute. Okay. All right. Did that finish there? Was it Polarized finished?
That's right. That was the end. It's a very quick song, actually.
I see.
But yeah, you know, that's the world we're living in right now.
Ooh. This is another track that just started playing by itself. Is this halfway to Hipster? What is this?
This is AI interpreted song for humans.
Nice.
It's a instrumental, and that's Jack Slander, by the way, playing John.
Oh, very cool. It has a bit of Jack Slander-ish to it. Sorry, I just turned it down so people could hear us talk.
Yeah. It's a little louder than that right. Last song.
Yeah. Can I put it a little bit more down just so it's more ambiance so we can also talk while we're playing?
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, guys, we're gonna get started. We have 8 players. We're gonna get started in cool nickname 2397. You can change your name too if you want, but you can keep cool nickname, and we'll figure out who you are later. JJ, just to avoid the foggy areas at night. All right, guys, we're gonna get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, Gartic phone. Let's go, let's go. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how this works. Go ahead and look at your phones or your devices, what you're on. So write a sentence. It could be anything. It could be musically inspired if you want to. Okay, I'm gonna write my sentence off stream here, and I'll bring it back. So don't worry. There. Oh, where did it go? Where did the thingy go? Okay, go ahead and write any sentence. Do you have a example there? I'm gonna say. All right, perfect. And hit done when you're done. And you'll hear a little as a ringing timer to show you that it's almost time. But go ahead and hit done when you're done. There you go. The Gartic phone is calling. My camera is overheating. Perfect, just in time. All right, and what you should get now is someone else's sentence. Okay, so I'm gonna put you guys back on the screen here. The people who are playing, do not look at the stream. Yeah, focus on your own screens, but don't look at mine. Otherwise, you'll know what I'm doing. And you have to draw it. You have to draw what that sentence says. Okay. So let's go. Okay, Darren, I have a feeling it's just gonna play the next track all by itself, but if not, I'll guide it along. Oops, my bad. Is it playing the same track again?
Right. Go to track 1, halfway to Hipster.
Okay, I'm gonna play number 2, Movies.
Okay,
Mastered,
yeah, that
that's
one's
okay.
good too.
All right. Keep drawing, guys. Keep drawing.
That's Jack, by the way, singing.
Oh, cool.
Yes, on
Very
this
nice.
particular track. Co-written.
Very cool. I haven't talked to him in a long time. I hope he's doing well.
Right. Well,
Yeah, isn't he
he's
in the
usually
States
working
now or
on
something?
music.
Oh no. Hold on, I gotta. You can use the fill as well. It's the dangerous tool though. It's dangerous. No. No. Let's go. No, come on. Alright, done. Done. There we go. That was terrible. Okay, now you gotta look at that picture and you gotta describe it. Okay. Alright. And yeah. Type in what you think there. Sharp Heart saying I have to head out. Good, have a good night, everyone. No worries. Ooh. Okay, now time to draw. That's cool. Clear Echo saying it's been fun. Thanks everyone. Good night. Have a good night, Clear Echo. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, man.
Yep. Shar saying it's a flying catfish, Lito. Don't give it away. Don't give it away. JJ saying doesn't get dark here at this time of year. Sun sets at 11:20 and sun rises at 4:20. That's Scotland for you. Wow. Crazy. Sounds like northern part of Canada. Oh, okay, sorry, we're back on to like
Went with that back song again.
I'm gonna play number 3, Flood.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Flood. All right. Oh wow. You gotta describe this. All right, go ahead and type that in. I don't know what's happening. The audio's kind of fudging up, but is it interesting? Every song is like a very different entity. I feel very different feel.
Yeah, it's kind of eclectic, but it's me.
Yeah,
A lot of
eclectic,
people
like you
say.
said, yeah.
I'm describing it as progressive rock, David Bowie kind of, sort of mixed with that, and like Supertramp, a little Supertramp in there, here and there. And Ben Folds. Ben
Folds, nice. I'm just gonna turn down the music here so I can hear you speak a bit more. I'll try to get the balance right.
No problem.
I think that's right. I'm not sure. Anyways, okay, gotta draw. Let's go. Oh no.
I might have to get going, Lito. This is really fun.
Sorry, what was that?
I might have to get going.
Okay, no worries,
Kind of
Hamish.
flagging. But thank you
All
for
right.
having me. This is...
Let me just turn down the volume here.
Yeah,
real quick
Hamish.
if I can.
Thank you, Deron, and thank you to everyone who's listened.
Oh no, wait.
Hold up, I'm just gonna try to... I don't know if it's working, but I wanted to say goodbye to you properly. But my audio is kind of cutting out. But hold on, it's just some audio here. If I do that, I don't know if that's working. But Hamish, if you can hear me, I want to say thank you so much for coming out today, and yeah, I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. I can hear you perfectly. This is
Okay.
fantastic. Yeah, thank you so much. And
All right.
see you
thanks,
again.
Thanks so much, Hamish. Okay,
Bye.
take care, man.
Bye, Lito.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Deron.
Have a good night.
Everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
All right, it's just me and you, D.
Yep.
We're almost done too. Almost done. Whoa, what is this? Okay, last drawing, and then we're gonna go over these, and then we're gonna finish up for today. Okay. All right.
It keeps.
I don't
going
even
back.
know what it's playing on anymore. Like seriously, I thought it was
I
playing
don't
on
know why
iTunes,
it's doing
but
that
it's
either.
Play on podcast? No. Let me restart this. 5. Let's play. Oh no, Polarize is the really short one, but okay. We'll start with Polarize again, if that's okay.
No problem.
Thanks. Your voice sounds really cool in this one. It sounds like very different than what I'm used to hearing you sound like.
Yeah, well, I mean, just turned out that way. I tend to like sing in a lot of different styles when I do live too. So.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, I'm a.
And I will-
when you said you're a chameleon, I'm a bit of a chameleon too when it comes to that stuff.
Right. I was thinking of a female vocal when I was singing this. So I mean, like, and but
I see.
I ended up liking this version of me singing it so much, I just decided to release it.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Let's go. There we go. Dawn. All right. I have no idea where the music is playing now on my computer. It's like, it's okay. I can start and stop it if I hit the play button because I need to kind of what do you call it?
It's fine, man. It's fine.
Yeah,
Let's
I need
do
to
it.
go over what these are. Okay, so maybe, hey, Dr. D, me and you, we can take like go turn by turn going over people's if that's okay.
Sure, whatever.
All right, let me
I'm down for it.
Awesome, I appreciate it. Let me show you how it's done. So we're gonna start with MC Lito, and he says, "Dr. D playing the pianica." Nice. Dr. D draws Dr. D playing the pianica. That's pretty good representation. And Fang's like, "Land of music." I can see that. Ravisha Boo Boo is, whoa, Party Island. Look at that. Lala
good.
saying Fantasy Island. Pretty close to what I said. Cool nickname is Empty. Like, that's all I got. That's all I got for you. Sometimes people time out. Rex Jameson says Desert Island Jamboree. Jambo. Nice. Hamish. He had to leave for that one. No worries.
Aww.
All right. So, Dr. D, can you talk us through the next one?
Sure. It says noisy student shooting. Oh my god. Ah, interesting.
Wow.
And what did I say? The stick-legged tomato chick is taking a picture. I don't know.
That's great.
Empty vampire tomato photo shoot. See, yeah, some people had the same idea as me.
Oh, man. I didn't have time. I think I was talking.
But that does look like a vampire tomato.
Yeah.
Red vampire face.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Fang. Ooh, that's very Nosferatu on a bad skin day.
Oh my god. That is going to give me a nightmare tonight.
Oh, God.
Holy moly. Ooh. Nicely done, Fang. Nice.
Yeah,
job.
well done, Fang. Fang loves drawing. Good on you.
You're way better than me. You saw what my picture looked like.
Okay.
Hot potato, hot potato.
Hot potato, hot potato. That is a hot potato.
Hot potato.
That's how humans feel like in Osaka in the summer.
Angry hot potato is big mad.
Big mad. There you go.
There we go. Yeah.
There you go. Big mad. Look at those devilish eyes. Angry potato
Angry
man.
potato man.
Yeah. Take us home, Dr. D. Take us home.
And there's Hamish.
Ah!
Angry potato.
I love the,
Oh no.
I
We
love the
ended with an empty
framing.
there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funny ones. There we go. There's my angry potato
Oh,
man.
he's got a gun. He's furious.
Yeah, man. He's like he's a gangster.
He's
Mr.
gangster.
Potato Head. It's Mr. Potato Head. When
Yeah,
he's
it's
not
Mr.
happy.
Potato Head to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do one more.
The Jack of Diamonds kissed the Queen of Spades.
Wow. So interesting.
Putting a ring on it. Yeah, that's pretty right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Nice.
Oh, nice one,
yeah.
nice one. The
Actually, that's
forefinger,
nice.
the
Yeah,
forefinger
that's
hand
nice.
too.
Empty. Fang is here.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. At first that looked kind
Well-
of suspect.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's a finger with a ring on it, but if you liked it, you should have put a ring on it. Well, I guess that could be any part of the body, couldn't it?
Nice, nice. Yeah, right. I like Lala.
Nice
Is
picture.
that
Yeah, it's a nice
their
picture.
version of Beyonce or something? I love it. Okay, let's do the next one. Dr. D, you're doing great. I'm just gonna be your co-host now. Let's go for it.
Okay, all right. So the rat said he liked pizza a lot.
Yeah.
I wish I could have drawn that picture. That would have been a funny one.
Oh yeah.
Okay, full of vanilla.
Oh, I wonder what
Vanilla.
happened there.
Ooh. Oh, I see. So that's the vanilla. Okay, I think I know where this is going. I can't unsee what the Kool-Aid Man showed me. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. And it says A-Team is a show for kids.
A-Team is a show.
You can't unsee that. You can't unknow that. now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, oh, nicely done. Nicely done.
That is
yeah.
amazing. That's funny. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Rex Jameson. Okay. Giant woodpecker in a tree. Oh, God. This is a hard one. I got this one at 1.2.
I was
Here we
trying.
go. There it is.
I was trying.
Empty. That does look a bit like a giant woodpecker. Oh, see, look at that's mine. He's just a giant head.
Oh wow. Oh, okay. I didn't know. Oh, nice. Hamish got it. Hamish got
Woodpecker
it.
pecking at a tree. Hey, Hamish got it right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow,
Look
that
at
looks
that.
more like a
Wow.
chicken pecking at a tree, but yeah. Chicken in a tree,
Chicken.
right?
There you go. Right. Could be a chicken.
Wow.
Oh, there we go. That's
Who's
a nice
the
one. at the
king
end.
now?
That
King
really
of the
is
tree.
a chicken in it.
All right.
That looks like one of those rubber chickens. Go.
Yeah. Like someone flung it up there.
Flying cat with the burger.
Yeah, I thought so.
Come
Nice one.
fly away with me and my burger. Grumble cat doing yoga after eating a pizza. Yeah, nice. Very good. I guess that's a yoga pose. Yeah, that's pretty good, Law.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Pizza cat. Turn into pizza cat.
There you go. That is pizza cat.
I think that's gonna be the next TikTok trend.
What did I write? Mouse pizza.
These are hilarious. Oh, Sheila, you're there. Nice.
That was me, folks. That's my crazy sense of humor. Sorry.
I love this. Okay, we're going to Ravisha Boo Boo. Boo Boo.
Dazzling pregnant woman in Disneyland.
What
Oh
a
my
sentence.
God.
What? Oh my gosh.
There we go. You know, that is what Mickey Mouse used to look like. Evil mouse with pregnant woman.
That
I
is
like
what
that.
Mickey Mouse used to look like
That would
before
be
the
a good band
makeover.
name. Oh, there we
Holy
go.
crap.
Oh my God. Oh
Wow,
no,
look
this.
at all the red.
Don't you dare wipe my bottom with a meat.
Oh, nuts. I think I drew that picture later. I think that was another one. No pants admitted. That's what it was.
No pants.
No
admitted. There we go.
pants for
Nice.
you.
Oh, there. That's good.
No pants. Philip G's there. All right. Okay, guys. I think that's all she wrote. I'm going to download the no pants one. I'm going to put that up on TikTok with music. Let's do it.
That is funny.
Yeah, JJ's having a good one. Sheila is like, ha 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 ha. Philip G, nice to see you. All perplexed with your emoji there. Guys, we're going to go back to the party screen with the two shadows of their former self here. Is this thing on? Are you on? Oh, the interview. Hold on. What interview, Mike? Can you say something, Dr. D?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you are. Okay, I thought you were just like lip syncing there for a second.
No, I'm here.
Let's see if I can put you on the 2. There we go. That's a wee bit. A wee bit. You get to see a little bit of your environment.
Right. Yeah. This is my studio. Yeah.
Awesome. But
Frozen.
I will.
Don't freeze.
That's right. I'll zoom you in there. Oh, did you freeze? You froze on us. Okay, that's that. Okay, guys, that was Dr. D. Thank you so much, Dr. D, for wow, you're really good at staring contests. Did you freeze? Are you gonna come back? You coming back, Dr. D? Dr. D, you're our only hope. Dr. D. Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun. You're a great host, Hamish says. Thank you, Hamish. And guys, we should hashtag Dr. D come back. Come back, Dr. D. Is he frozen on your guys' side too? Oh no, he's gone. It's the Dr. Shadow now. Okay, Feng is saying that was fun. Yes, that was fun. Okay, Dr. D is coming back. Dr. D is back in the house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, boy, I was nice. I felt like I was in like, frozen in ice.
Yeah, you had the Carbonite look to you. You're like, I
Yeah,
know.
the Carbonite look or the Buck Rogers look. That's the one I really think of. I like.
This is hilarious. Yeah, I was already forming a petition like, come back to us, Dr. D. And Oshelia's right on that. Come back to us, Dr. D. I like calling you Dr. D, man. It just rolls off the tongue for me, Dr. D.
Yeah, wait, no, that's my stage name when I play live. I call my kind of producer name, pseudonym I use is the Geminiac.
Geminiac, yeah, that's
the
right.
Crazy maniac Gemini, and I am a Gemini.
There you go.
And then again, halfway to hipster also is just another, like, I just made that up. I just thought it was a funny name for a band, and I ended up writing a song for it too. So it just like it fit,
I'm all about the funny puns, and my boy JJ here, he came up with my channel name, A Little Bit of Japan.
Right.
He came up with the Lito Bunch. I love rolling with these things because they stick, and they're funny, and sometimes they roll off the tongue like Dr. D,
Right.
So yeah, I want to thank you so much for being one of my special guests today, Deron. It was a really awesome time. You guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, did you see that? Did you see us like bouncing off each other? Our energies were just like it's like fire. It was like fireworks. That was awesome. Oshila is saying thank you. That was fun. And yes, you were frozen there in Carbonite for a second, and finally we had Dr. D come back to us. He's back. He's back.
Back.
He's like
Now I
Backstreet
am
Boys.
Dr. D in the 25th century.
Dr. Double D D D D D D. Okay. JJ is saying such a great live stream. Thank you so much. Yeah, Dr. Doom left the building, came back with this guy.
I love Dr. Doom, by the way.
Oh, Dr. Doom, yeah, he's coming up in I think the next Marvel movie and stuff.
It's gonna come in the MCU pretty soon, I think.
Yeah.
I was watching some theories that there were some hints in the Doctor Strange film that came out.
Right. I think I saw that in my feed as well today. That was kind of interesting. Stargen is thank you for introducing the film and the music. We'll try and watch it later this week. Guys,
Thank you.
This is amazing. This is how it works. If you need links, it's all in the description below. So do check out Dr. D with his album Polarized. Is that the name of the album?
Polarized is the album.
Okay. Do check out Matcha and Vanilla, the indie film on Goo Goo Gaga Gigi Boo Boo Bebo. I forgot the
Gaga Ooh La La.
Gaga Ooh La La. It's one of those. They're gonna fit. And Buckle Up Let's Go is saying thanks for the great stream, guys. I want to thank our guests again. We had Hamish Downie, sounding Scottish but not exactly Scottish, a little bit mix of the UK. We got Matt coming in from Sentinels representing that and adding to the mix, and of course the man, he's back, Dr. D. Or Geminiac, or Halfway to Hipster, or something like that.
If you can pronounce it, it's pronounced Deron, but that's it. But people say Deron all the time.
Deron,
even Deron sometimes. Like I got a lot of nicknames. So
if you're Deron, I think you're like a basketball player. It almost sounds like you're.
Deron is usually it's a black name. Usually,
Yeah.
a lot of my black friends like to say Deron. And I'm fine with that. I love it. Like sounds cool. It's where it's spelled, right? And then Japanese people say Deron because it's the way it's spelled, and that's the way I spelled in katakana. But I mean. I always got D, double D, diesel, big D, heavy D. Like I've had D's nuts. D's
nuts. Wow.
Yeah, that was a funny one I had for a long time. A lot of people called me D's nuts forever back when that was funny.
Awesome. Well, I think for me what stuck today was Dr. D. So
yeah. It's from Dr. John, by the way. That's Kobe blues artist thought I looked a lot like Dr. John, so they started calling me Dr. D.
Oh, awesome. That's great. Well, yes, Ravisha saying thank you, Lito, Hamish, Dr. D, Matt, thank you for the nice live stream. Have a nice day. Goodbye. And Philip G's, an interesting stream. Thanks. It was a super awesome, interesting stream. So, guys, we're going to go to the outro. We're going to dance it out. If Dr. D is ready to dance with all those D's in his name, let's go. Let's do this thing. Here we go. Bye-bye. You're going in the top right corner there, guys.
Don't notice where I'm going, and nothing's gonna get in my way. Won't hesitate, I feel it in my bones. Oh, we gotta get it, let's go. Oh, oh, oh. Come on, come on, come on, come on, let's go.
Oh, I'm still on the mic. Yo, let's go, let's go.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, let's go. Shaking off all the doubt. Maybe I don't know, but baby I'll figure it out. Just gonna shout. Done with feeling low. Oh, I'm flying higher now. You know I'm ready, ready, ready. You know I'm ready, ready now. You know I'm ready, ready, ready. You know I'm ready. Let's go.